everyone, welcome to today's episode of What's in the Papers with me, Sister Eden, right here on Pigeon City. It's a lot. It's a mouthful. Okay, so today what I have for you is a treat. I just insert it because you won't see it well. So this is a newspaper page that I found in the Daily Graphic, and it's a throwback from September 4, 1969. That's a long time ago. You do the math. 1969, 2023, 54 years. 54 years. I'm not good at math. Deal with it. Let's start from the main page on this newspaper insert. It says Busia sworn in, and down there, as new prime minister. And then amnesty for detainees. And at the corner, there's an ad. And I like to start from the ad. So it says, stop aches and pains with Rob. Can you see the design of the Rob container? I haven't seen this in a while, but I know that they're sticking to their red. Is it red and black or red and blue? Arrogance. And this is such a treat that I would like to read the entire everything on the paper. Let's start with the ad, and now let's finish with the ad. What to do. We'll end with the ad. So now we have agreed that we will end with the ad. So are we doing amnesty for the... Okay. Let me just do the main headline. Then I'll trickle on from then on. Right. Busia sworn in as new prime minister. And this story was written by Eben Kwaku. Eben Kwaku was old enough to be writing stories that was in the papers. Story about the new prime minister, no less. So Eben Kwaku must be really old by now. Let's get into what he wrote. Dr. K.A. Busia, leader of the Progress Party, was yesterday formally sworn in as Prime Minister of the Second Republic of Ghana. The ceremony was performed by the three-member Presidential Commission immediately after the commission had been sworn in and inaugurated by the Chief Justice, Mr. Ekufu Addo, at the colorful ceremony at the State House in Accra. Members of the Presidential Commission are Brigadier Akwesi Amankwa Efrifa, President, Mr. John Willie Kofi Haley, Deputy President, and Major General Albert Kwei Okran, Acting Chief of Defense Staff Member. After Brigadier Efrifa had announced the appointment of Dr. Busia, he raised up his right hand and presented him to the distinguished guests amidst deafening applause. Oh, wow. Give me a deafening applause right now. Don't deafen yourself. Soon after the preliminary... Ooh, this word. Thank you, Jesus. I got through it. Soon after the Why did I jinx it? Let's take it again. Soon after the preliminary formalities had been performed, the new Prime Minister was escorted to a chair beside those occupied by members of the Presidential Commission, National Liberation Council, and commissioners responsible for the various ministries. Among the distinguished guests who witnessed the ceremony were Dr. Busia's mother, Nana Ya Dakwa, his wife, Mrs. Na Moko Busia, Etumfo the Asantehene Se Osei Ajiman Prempe II, Nana Oforiata II, Ochehene Ni Amugi II, Garmanche, and R.S. Blay, Speaker of the dissolved Constituent Assembly. The Presidential Commission filed into the banquet hall of the State House and moved toward the richly decorated dais. Amidst the blare of military fanfare, there was complete silence, which enhanced the splendor of the solemnity. The solemnity. I think I got it on the first try. Of the occasion. This was followed by the administration of the oaths of allegiance and that of the presidency by the members of the Presidential Commission. After this, the Chief of State Protocol, Dr. K.B. Ayenso, invited Dr. Busia for his appointment and swearing-in ceremony. There were deafening cheers from the audience as Dr. Busia, smiling, walked to the stage. Thank you, Ibn Kwaku, for immortalizing this. Now, the picture there has the raised hand of Dr. Busia, Premier Busia, being introduced to distinguished guests at the State House yesterday by Brigadier Efrifa. Love, love, love it. Okay, I told you we are reading everything because this is history. Okay, this is a page that we want to savor. Let's get to the next story. It says amnesty for detainees. All persons remaining in custody under the protective custody decree are to be released forthwith. The amnesty was announced by Brigadier Efrifa in a speech during the inauguration of the presidential. That's the move. The amnesty was announced by Brigadier Efrifa in a speech during the inauguration of the Presidential Commission and the swearing-in of the Prime Minister. Okay, so right after that, then this. It's good we are reading it second, right? Right. He said all persons released will be rehabilitated and given the opportunity to take their place as worthy citizens of the country. Brigadier Efrifa said amidst wild applause that the outcome of the general elections should be accepted as a declaration of the will of the people of this country. The same one, Ghana. For the peace and stability of the country, he said those who had been called upon to form the first civilian government of the Second Republic were expected to do so in a spirit of magnanimity. Hey! They nearly got me again. Magnanimous. I would have bar magnanimously. Let's move on. All Ghanaians, irrespective of their political affiliations, were also expected to lend their cooperation and support to the new government in the interest of national unity, peace, and progress of the country, he said. This is the time for the leaders of the various political parties to display a high degree of statesmanship, the brigadier added. Conspicuously absent at the function were all the leaders and leading members of the other four political parties who took part in the general election. Oh, sore losers. Sore losing didn't start today. The leaders of the NAL, UNP, and PAP will hold a joint press conference at the community center at 11 a.m. today. Not today, 1969. All right, let's round it up. A spokesman for the three parties said the reason for the absence of representatives of the minority parties at yesterday's swearing-in of Dr. Busia as Prime Minister would be disclosed at the conference. If you want to know why we went here, come to our own meeting and find out. It's only fair. It's only fair. Now, to the fun part. Not the fun part. I mean, all of this has been fun. To the ad. I'm going to do this ad. So, Rob is going to pay me. I'm telling you. Despite their arrogance of keeping their product just as it is from 1969. From even before 1969, because, Charlie, let's get into it. Stop aches and pains with Rob. Use powerful Rob ointment for quick relief of catarrh, rheumatism, colds, cuts, back pains, cracked lips, and throat irritations. Always use Rob to feel fit and strong. Rob gives quickest relief. Rob gives quickest relief. Rob gives quickest relief. Rob gives quickest relief. And that's it. The entire page from Thursday, September 4, 1969. Only on What's in the Papers. On Pigeon City. Thank you so much for joining me today on What's in the Papers. I am Sister Edem. And this, the story of Busia being sworn in as a new premier was written by Ibn Kwaku back in 1969. So don't ask me where it is now. I don't know. This was 54 years ago. Thank you again. It's been a pleasure doing this with you. What do you think? Do I look good? Why, yes, I do. Bye, villagers.